Hi guys, I'm going to show you right now what to do after you have finished this step, after you have practiced drawing your tree and after you have practiced and finished painting your tree. Now, after this point, we're going to go on to the black paper that we prepared for this step. Do you remember we colored all over it with oil pastel and then we painted all over it with the black paint? This one is dry, ready to be drawn on. Now this is my final contest paper, so we need to do a good job. And this is painted, and we're going to draw on here with a pencil. Can't erase any mistakes, so be careful. Pay attention to these directions.
All right, we are ready to redraw our spiral tree on our black painted contest paper. Like I said, you'll just need to use a pencil. It doesn't even have to be that sharp. Like before, we're going to turn our paper this way. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to draw those two slanted lines. You will notice as you draw with this pencil, it is scratching off some of the black paint, and you are able to see a little bit of your color from the oil pastel showing through. That's fine. You do not have to see it super good. This is just our marks, our guide for when we get ready to paint. We're going to be painting over the top of these lines. So go ahead and redraw that spiral tree.
Now remember, since it's really important that we do our very best drawing on here because we can't fix any mistakes, if you need to stop right now and go back to the QR code and watch the drawing instructions again, then please do that because you want your contest artwork to be the very best that you can make it.
Okay, I'm all finished drawing all those lines of my new spiral tree, and you can tell where my lines are, but they're not too bold and bright because I'm just going to paint over them now. Now at this point, you will need to see me and you will need to get a cup of gold paint. Remember Gustav Klimt, the artist that we talked about, one of his favorite things to use was gold, and we are making a tree inspired by his Tree of Life picture that we have in our classroom. And our good old trusty green paintbrush again. Now remember, at this point, if you need to go back and watch the painting video, the practice one, please stop and do that because again, on this, you can't fix anything that goes wrong, so you want to be prepared. So I'm going to use my paintbrush, my gold paint, and I'm going to paint where I need to paint. Please remember to use the tip of that brush because using the tip is going to give you the nice smooth lines that you need. Now this gold paint can be kind of tricky. It's beautiful, it's awesome, it's gold, but you're painting on top of something black, which means if you get the paint thin, it's going to look dull and dark. And you want this gold tree to be nice and gold. So use plenty of paint. Do not let your paintbrush get kind of empty. Keep lots of paint on that brush so that every branch of that tree is nice and bright and shiny gold. Now here is my tree all finished. Before I quit and put my paint away, I'm going to look over it and I'm going to see if there's any place where my gold is looking a little bit dull, if my black paper is showing through, and if there is, I'm just going to go right over the top of it with a little extra paint because I want this tree to be really nice and bright and shiny gold. Now, at this point when you are finished, you will be ready to go on. After this paint dries a little bit, you're going to be ready to go on to the next step. And so you need to see Mrs. Gray for the next video.